Hey everyone, this is my positive review of WandaVision Episode 9. Alright, you may have already watched or seen at least parts of my review of all the things that I thought didn't work in WandaVision, but for this episode we're just focusing on the positive. This is all of the things that I really enjoyed about WandaVision Episode 9 and the series as a whole. So first of all, I think that if you take it on its own terms and once you've gotten to the end and realize what WandaVision is, that's a really good show. One of the problems, which I highlighted before, is that it gave you the idea that there was a lot more going on, that there is these possibilities of whether it was Reed Richards showing up or that the X-Men were going to be introduced, there's going to be a huge cameo, whatever it was. All of those things got us expecting something huge. We didn't get that, but once we realized that, I think that if you rewatch the show, you will find that it's much more enjoyable when you know, oh, all of these things aren't going to happen. I'm just going to enjoy the things that did happen that were awesome, and on its own terms, like I said, I think it was a great show. WandaVision was at its best when it was paying tribute or satirizing some of the all-time great sitcoms in the history of television, like The Dick Van Dyke Show, one of my all-time favorite shows, or whether it was Malcolm in the Middle, Family Ties, The Brady Bunch, all of these great things, all of these great, milestones in television history, and through the lens of Wanda and the MCU, that was fantastic. And really, this is like what I hope we can expect from the future MCU television shows in terms of the creativity, in terms of telling us stories from different perspectives about different characters or characters that we already know in different ways. That's what's going to be amazing about all of these television shows. And so I really appreciate getting this show about Wanda and Vision, two of my favorite Avengers from the comic books. They never really had a lot to do in the movies. Vision obviously figured in one of the worst of the MCU movies, Age of Ultron, and I guess Wanda was also introduced in that movie, and so these two characters that were kind of associated with one of Marvel's low points, which it was still a $1 billion movie. It was great to get to see them in their own thing, in something completely new that was, taking from one of my all-time favorite comic series, the Vision series from a few years ago. It was just great in a lot of different ways in terms of, pulling from the comics and creating something new in the MCU. And that's why we got really excited about it. Some other things that I really loved, Jimmy and Darcy. There's a reason that, people are clamoring for that X-Files type of show with them as the leads. That would be amazing. They were so great together. It was so much fun seeing them play off each other and kind of be the B heroes. Too bad that acting director Hayward was such a dud, but it didn't matter. I just want the procedural of the week with Darcy and Jimmy. Please, Marvel, make it happen. And then, of course, the triumph of Catherine Hahn, finally getting her moment in front of the world. If you're like me, you've been, in love with all of her work since you first saw her. My first experience with her was in Step Brothers, and everything she's ever been in, I have enjoyed. And she is just an amazing comedic actor, and obviously a very talented serious actor as well. Not to say that one is better than the other. She's great in both, and I am so glad to see her in the MCU, and she was just fantastic. And finally, the show was called WandaVision, and I think the best parts of the show were when it was about Wanda and Vision. They were great together. They were great during the, cheesy sitcom stuff. They were great during the really heavy emotional moments. It was just, wonderful to go on this journey with these two characters played by two amazing actors. And I think that the best thing about this show is that we know there's going to be more from both of them, right? We obviously, Wanda is going to figure in very centrally into the next Doctor Strange movie, or so we've been led to believe. And we certainly have not seen the last of Vision. White Vision left, and it, now has all of the memories of Vision, and so it would be a travesty if we don't get to see him again as well. And so overall, I will remember this show fondly. I will, it's a show that I will enjoy rewatching, especially the earlier episodes. And while, yes, the last episode was a bit of a letdown, once again, I think if we rewatch it without any of the illusions about what it might be or all of these different theories, and it's just like, this is what it is, I think that, from beginning to end, it's going to be something that we can rewatch and enjoy multiple times. But like I said, what I think the real milestone achievement of this show is just the way they just so lovingly pay tribute to the magic of television. And after this past year, and it's literally been a year now since lockdown started, it's great to see that the MCU is paying tribute to what the real hero of 2020 was, television. So that is my review of WandaVision episode 9 and the entire series. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. And if you liked the review, please like and subscribe. And once again, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you next time.